Did you know that animals have been used as secret weapons in wars throughout history? From ancient dragons, sort of to explosive rats, these animals weren't just pets, they were warriors, spies, and secret weapons. Are you ready to dive into the unbelievable world of animal warfare? Let's start with some of the most well-known military animals. Horses, camels, and elephants have all had a long history in warfare, especially for their strength and endurance. For thousands of years, these animals have carried soldiers into battle, transported supplies, and even intimidated enemies. Imagine riding into battle on the back of an elephant or charging into enemy lines on horseback. Do you think you could do it? These animals weren't just transportation, they were part of the military strategy. Elephants were a terror on the battlefield, especially in ancient Asia, where their sheer size could scatter enemy ranks. Horses allowed armies to move faster than ever before, and camels helped troops cross harsh deserts. But what about 1,000 oxen dressed as dragons? Yes, you heard that right. During the Siege of Jimo in 279 BC, a commander named Tian Dan used a clever trick to defeat an invading force. Can you imagine the confusion if you saw a herd of dragon-like creatures charging at you in the dark? What would you have done? Tian Dan dressed 1,000 oxen in costumes that made them look like dragons, complete with torches attached to their horns. In the dead of night, he sent them into the enemy camp. The sight of flaming dragons charging at them terrified the enemy soldiers, who panicked and fled. What do you think of Tian Dan's strategy? Do you think it was brilliant or just pure madness? Now, let's talk about man's best friend. Dogs have been loyal companions in war for centuries, but some of them became true heroes. During World War I, a Boston Terrier named Sergeant Stubby served with the US 102nd Infantry and was more than just a mascot. Would you believe that a dog could be a war hero? Let me tell you about Stubby's incredible achievements. Stubby was trained to detect poison gas, find wounded soldiers, and even catch spies. He saved countless lives and eventually became a celebrity back home. Other dogs in the trenches helped lay communication lines, carry messages, and even deliver medical supplies. If you could honor a war hero, would you choose a soldier or a dog like Stubby? Let us know what you think in the comments. Now, not all animal uses in war were as honorable. In World War II, the Japanese covert unit 731 weaponized fleas to spread disease among Chinese civilians, resulting in one of the most chilling. Did you know that animals were used in biological warfare? This dark chapter shows the devastating lengths that some armies went to. Japanese planes dropped fleas infected with the plague, causing outbreaks of bubonic plague that killed thousands of civilians. This was a terrifying example of biological warfare, showing how animals could be weaponized in horrifying ways. What are your thoughts on this? It's difficult to imagine such cruelty. Do you think this history is remembered enough today? Now here's a bizarre plan from the British Special Operations Executive during WWII, using explosive-filled rat carcasses to sabotage German facilities. This sounds like something out of a spy novel, doesn't it? But it really happened. The first shipment of explosive rats was intercepted by the Germans, but even without deployment, the plan was a success. The Germans spent so much time looking for more explosive rats that it slowed down their operations. Would you consider this mission a success or a failure? It's amazing how much disruption a few rats could cause. Finally, we reach the modern era, where the US Navy trained dolphins as part of its marine mammal program. These dolphins were tasked with locating underwater mines and enemy divers in the Gulf Wars. How would you feel about using intelligent animals like dolphins in combat roles? Is it ethical, or do you think it's justified for safety? Dolphins are incredibly intelligent, and their sonar abilities make them perfect for underwater detection. The program was so effective that it's still active today, with dolphins trained to detect threats that human divers can't find. Should we be using animals in military operations today? Dolphins are smart, but is it fair to involve them in human conflicts? From dragon oxen to dolphin bomb squads, animals have played surprising and sometimes controversial roles in military history. Each of these stories shows the ingenuity and sometimes the cruelty of human warfare. But they also reveal the incredible bond between humans and animals, even in times of war. What do you think? Should animals be used in military roles, or are there lines we shouldn't cross? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this look into history, make sure to like and subscribe for more on Who the History.